In our headlines tonight, Governor Obiano charges 7th Anambra State Assembly to ensure healthy intergovernmental arms relationship. Anambra Police Command begins investigation into the murder of 35-year-old Ifeanyi Udemba. Federal government extends deadline on clearing of Apapa gridlock. Iran scales up compliance of its commitment to suspending nuclear deal. Good evening. Glad to have you join us on the news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujuke. Governor Obiano has asked members of the Anambra State 7th Assembly to increase synergy with the executive arm of government. Governor Obiano made the request during a parley with the House of Assembly members who were led to the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, by the new Speaker, Right Honorable Uchenna Okafor, representing Ayamelum constituency. Government House correspondent GK Abana's report is taken from our studio.
While welcoming and congratulating the House members on their tedious journey to success, Governor Obiano stressed that the synergy will help fast-track development in the state for the overall good of Anambra. The governor, who ascribed all powers to God, urged them to ensure that they discharge their duties to Anambra without fear or favor.
So the God that makes the king, very important. You are not in the 7th Assembly because of your power. It is because of God. And I'm confident that with that fear in your mind, you'll be able to discharge your responsibilities in the Anambra State, in particular, and to your constituents, various constituencies in general.
In his speech, Right Honorable Okafor appreciated the governor for all the support he has been giving them, saying that members of the 7th Assembly are professionals from different backgrounds, which, according to him, will help in efficient service delivery. While pledging that the 7th Assembly will be peaceful, Right Honorable Okafor also pledged that the synergy already existing between the executive and legislature will be strengthened to ensure that the vision of the present administration is achieved. He appreciated his colleagues for electing him as their speaker, expressing optimism that the 7th Assembly will be the most peaceful and transparent to ensure increased service delivery to Anambra.
The promise we're giving you is that the synergy you have always had with the legislature will be strengthened in this 7th Assembly. Myself and my colleagues will always be there to support you to make sure that the lovely dream you have from Anambra will come to pass.
The Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Pascal Abodike, the Majority Leader, Dr. Nnamdi Okafor, the Deputy Majority Leader, Honorable Emeka Afoka, among others, attended the parley.
The 2019 First Round Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week will hold from Sunday 16th to Friday 21st June across Anambra State. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joe Akabike, made this known during a media chat in his office in Oka. Health correspondent Chibuzo Koi tells us more.
Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week is a biannual event aimed at delivering a package on basic interventions that are highly effective in reducing child mortality and improving mother and child health. The services and supplies are an integrated approach that involves a week-long event that will deliver an integrated package of preventive and curative health intervention services known to be highly cost-effective, yet result-oriented. Dr. Akabike explained that the objective of the exercise is to supplement vitamin A to children between the ages of 6 and 59 months to ensure sustenance of break in the transmission of white polio virus in the state, scale up integration and delivery of other child survival intervention, boost routine immunization coverage, as well as register birth.
Newborn and Child Health Week is usually a biannual event and is aimed at delivering a package of basic interventions that are highly effective in reducing child mortality and improving mother and child health.
The Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Chioma Ezenyimulu, who underscored the importance of the exercise, said all the commodities are free and safe and appealed to caregivers, mothers and pregnant women to avail themselves of the opportunity and ensure that their children and wards receive the interventions.
This event
is going to be co-sponsored by the Saving 1 Million Lives Somil program for results, and we're very happy that all arrangements has been made for a successful conduct of this week.
The one-week exercise, which will take place in all government healthcare centers, selected general hospitals, mission hospitals, and other designated posts across Anambra State, will be officially flagged off on Tuesday, 18 June 2019 at Nnewi. In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Anambra State Community Social Development Agency has commenced the second phase of the community project launch in 6 communities across the state, whose community development plans were recently approved by the World Bank. The second phase was kicked off at Orome Titianam in Anambra West Council area and followed by Iwaku community in Ayamelum Council area. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike reports.
Following the successful training of Community Project Management Committee (CPMC) members from selected communities by the Anambra State Community Social Development Agency (ANCSDA), Orome Titianam will soon have a functional borehole facility and solar energy reticulated across the villages, while Iwaku community in Ayamelum Council area will, in no distant time, have their classroom blocks renovated, as well as the construction of their farm road by the same agency. Presenting the checks proper, the General Manager of ANCSDA, Mr. Chudi Mojehu, will describe it as the first tranche of 30% of the total costs of the projects as contained in their CDPs and GDPs, assured that more funds will be released in stages as the projects develop. Mr. Mojehu pointed out that the agency will embark on routine monitoring of the project's implementation to ensure that they comply with the stipulated project plans and guidelines.
The scandal of poverty in an oil-rich nation, people, particularly in the rural communities, wallowing in abject poverty, living below $2 per day, such that these community dwellers, rural dwellers, they are unable to access basic social infrastructure, basic natural resources infrastructure. Talk about schools, talk about health, sanitation, and so many other micro projects that make life worth living within the communities. That's what informed this intervention.
In their various speeches, some stakeholders in Orome Titianam, Igwe Gabriel Okeke, Barrister Christopher Emeka, as well as the CPMC chairman for Iwaku, Mr. Ngesina Okonkwo, said that the projects chosen will seal a bond of unity among the communities.
We will take this very one which have been approved to those people who have not gotten. And in respect of borehole, we are taking it to those who have not even have their own. So we are just rationing it that everybody will not complain.
From Iwaku in Ayamelum Council area, Chibuzo Bidiki, ABS News.
The Anambra State Police Command is now sniffing around to unravel the mystery behind the killing of a young man of about 35 years, Mr. Ifeanyi Udemba, from Akweze in Anocha Council area at the site of the plot of land he purchased at Isiago in Oka South Council area. Mr. Udemba met his untimely death last week Thursday when he went with his brother to survey the said portion of land. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike is here with the details.
According to Mr. Izuchukwu Udemba, brother to the deceased, the incident occurred between 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the evening of that fateful day. He said his late brother, who was a businessman in Lagos, bought a piece of land in Isiago community for development, but came with surveyors to the said land and was murdered by some hoodlums from an uncompleted building in the area. He stated that the said land was genuinely bought without any misunderstanding from the villagers or the family, and wondered why such untimely untimely death will befall his brother. According to him, the deceased wedded in January and until his death was passionate in keying into the Akulono initiative of the present administration. He called on the state government and security agencies to bring the killers of late Ifeanyi Udemba to justice, as the family has made the necessary reports immediately after the incident. A stakeholder from Akweze community, Chief John Ezeani Dike, expressed sadness over the situation, regretting that people no longer have regards for the sanctity of life. Chief Dike called on the security agencies to do everything possible to fish out those involved in the dastardly act. Reacting, the traditional ruler of Isiago, Igwe Austin Nwankwo, described the situation as unfortunate, saying that his people are not violent in nature and wondered why such a thing will happen. Igwe Nwankwo said that his community will work with the police to fish out the perpetrators and punish them under the law, no matter who is involved.
ebe mmiri si ebe na ya achọpụta area isi agụ adị egbu mmadụ anụrụ m na ndị isi agụ na-egburu mmadụ n'isi agụ ka ma first time anyị adụ violent mana ebe o si otu adụ anyị ya achọ isi anyị enye aka chọọ isi mmalụ the root of it onye wa assurance na-enye ndị akwụezi na ndị gọọmenti.
When contacted, the police public relations officer, Mr. Haruna Mohammed, confirmed the incident and revealed that investigation is in top gear to arrest the perpetrators of the unlawful acts, as the state has zero tolerance for crime and criminality. From Isiago, in Awka South Local Government Area, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
The monarchs of the Old Eastern region have expressed worry over the activities of herdsmen in the eastern part of the country, calling on government to rise up to its duty in order to avoid further damage. The chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council and Traditional Ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, made this call on their behalf during the 2019 seminar of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council held in Awka. Correspondent Valentine Mbadura has the details.
Igwe Achebe, who regretted the killings and destruction of crops by the herdsmen and their cattle, noted that it has affected adversely the agricultural produce of the region and also have resulted in communities living in fear. He called on the federal government to find a lasting solution to the problem.
Most of the detailed work on the above subject will be carried out through our four standing committees: security, conflict resolution, welfare, and infrastructure development. Life, the benefit to derive out of any situation is always proportional to the investment we put into it.
In an address, the seminar committee chairman and the deputy chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Isaac Okafor of Okpuno, expressed hope that the participants will go home better informed on the evolution of kingship in Igbo land.
The eighth in the series will be theme Igbo Melu Eze. Intends to inform and educate participants on the contentious status of kingship in Igbo land.
In a paper presentation, the keynote speaker at the event, Dr. Chidozie Chukwuokolo, noted that Igbo revival lies within and not without. In the separate remark, the traditional ruler of Nanka, Igwe Godwin Ezilo, and his Oruku counterpart, Igwe Emeka Onora, noted that traditional institution is a very important element in achieving sustainable peace. The event, which has its theme, Igbo Nwelu and the 8th in its series, attracted over 7 chairmen of the State Traditional Rulers Council across the Old Eastern region, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Abia, Ebonyi, and Enugu. Some members of the newly inaugurated 7th House of Assembly, the Anambra State Chairman of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Damian Okeko Ogene, the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Chief Alex Onukwe, among other dignitaries, attended the event. From the Government House in Awka, Valentine Mbadua reporting for ABS News.
And you're still watching ABS TV, Channel 2 for Awka. Still to come on the news. Federal government extends deadline on clearing of Apapa gridlock. Iran scales up compliance of its commitments to suspend nuclear deal. Stay on.
People look at me with pity. Opportunity are given to the others, even when I'm qualified.
Sometimes people don't see you for what you're really worth.
They cannot see that I'm more than this.
At Access Bank, we see you not for who you are today, but for who you will be tomorrow. Access, more than banking.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Glad to have you back. The federal government has extended by 2 weeks the time given by the Presidential Task Force on the Apapa traffic gridlock to resolve the matter following a request for extension by members of the task force and other stakeholders. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo approved the extension at a meeting of the Presidential Task Force with stakeholders held at the Presidential Villa. In a statement issued in Abuja by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of the Vice President, Lauli Akonde, the task force, which commenced its assignment on May 24, had up to June 7 to complete the assignment, but it's now expected to present a formal report at the end of its extended mandate on June 24. The presidential directive was issued for the clearing up of the Apapa gridlock and the restoration of law and order to Apapa and its environs within 2 weeks. The directive followed an emergency meeting convened by President Muhammadu Buhari and chaired by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo's son on the 25th of April 2019, while the Vice President chairs the task force. Its daily operations are supervised by an Executive Vice Chairman, Comrade Kayode Ogbefa. Membership of the team is drawn from the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, Nigeria Ports Authority, and the Nigerian Shippers Council. Julius Berger Nigeria PLC has launched a website to allow Nigerians track the status of the ongoing construction of the second Niger Bridge. The federal government had in November awarded the construction giant a 206 billion naira contract for the work. We have the details.
Julius Berger, in a statement issued by the company's media officer, said visitors to www.secondrivernigerbridge.com, the website, will have access to photos and videos showing the actual status of construction works. According to the statement, the objective of the website is to make project progress visible to the general public, as visitors to the site will have access to visually driven content, mainly photos and videos reflecting the actual status of construction works, along with key facts and regularly updated data relevant to project progress. It explained that the second Niger Bridge is a federal government project that is being managed by the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing in collaboration with the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, which will bring great relief to the many commuters who currently use the over 50-year-old existing bridge, and will also link the great markets of Onitsha and Aba, as well as the industrial hub of Nnewi and beyond, to both the northern and southern parts of the country. According to the statement, upon completion, Julius Berger said the project will reduce strain on the current bridge, ease traffic flow, create opportunities for local residents, improve commercial viability of the immediate area, and regenerate economic life. It further disclosed that the company said the project is expected to be completed by February 2022, adding that the scope of works include the construction of 1.6 kilometer long bridge, 10.3 kilometer 2-kilometer highway, Owerri Interchange and toll station. Former President Goodluck Jonathan had commissioned the project but was unable to see to the completion. The project, which is now being funded under the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund (PIDF). The present administration had reassured that work will no longer stop on account of lack of funding.
Iran will continue scaling back compliance with its commitments under the nuclear deal unless other signatories show positive signals, the Iranian president told a meeting of Russian, Chinese, and other Asian leaders in Tajikistan. Iran stopped complying in May with some commitments in a 2015 nuclear deal that was agreed with global powers a year after the United States unilaterally withdrew from the accord and tightened sanctions. Tehran said in May that Iran would start enriching uranium at a higher level unless world powers protected its economy from U.S. sanctions within 60 days. President Hassan Rouhani, while speaking to the conference, did not give details on what actions Iran would take or say what positive signals Tehran wanted to see. France and other European signatories to the deal, which aimed to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions, have said they wanted to save it, but many of the companies have cancelled deals with Tehran under financial pressure from the U.S. Western powers have accused Iran of seeking to develop nuclear weapons, a charge Tehran denies, saying it wants nuclear technology for peaceful purposes. In our sports, two-time Olympic champion Caster Semenya will not run her specialist 800-meter distance at Rabat tomorrow, despite having received an invitation to do so in the latest twist of her bitter court battle over gender rules. Semenya was cleared to take part in the Diamond League meeting after Switzerland's top court rejected an IAAF request to reimpose rules obliging her to lower her testosterone before competing in certain events. Organizers of the Morocco events had initially refused to allow the South African to take part, but on Friday they confirmed her invitation. The Swiss Federal Court issued the order on Wednesday, explaining that Caster remains permitted to compete without restrictions in the female category at this time. The IAAF had earlier this month opposed a ruling by the court temporarily suspending the federation's rules following an appeal by Semenya, who won the women's 800 meters at the 2012 and 2016 Olympics. The athlete was contesting a decision by the Court of Arbitration for Sports, which previously found the rules were discriminatory but necessary to ensure fairness in women's athletics. And remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online, and follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log onto our website www.absradiotv.com. Just before we go, a recap of the main points. Governor Obiano has charged the 7th Anambra State Assembly to ensure healthy intergovernmental arms relationships. Anambra Police Command has begun investigation into the murder of a 35-year-old Ifeanyi Udemba. Federal government has extended deadline on clearing off a Papa gridlock. Iran is scaling up compliance of its commitments to suspending nuclear deal. And that's it on the news for tonight. Thank you so immensely for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night.